So I got a full face glam using Primark products. Hello and welcome back to my channel. Don't worry, it's not Halloween, it's just a beauty mask. I think this is the first time of... Oh, that's new, that's the mouth. Oh my god. There you go. Let's get this off. Oh my god. Alright, so a proper welcome back to my channel. If you're new on here, my name is Betta and it's so lovely to have you here with me. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for sticking with me till this point and I appreciate you a lot. I appreciate everyone anyways. So now that the mask is off, you can see my face. Hello again. So today, as you have guessed, we'll be doing some beauty stuff on this channel, and also we'll be having like banter. It's been a while. Yeah, I miss doing that. So today we'll be doing my makeup while we banter. It's been a while, it's been a long time, so today is banter day. So please stick around, go nowhere. Okay, for the makeup part of things, I always say, oh, you don't have to break the bank to look good. You don't have to, you know, do too much or spend so much to look good. So I took it upon myself to live by example, or better still, show you that you could actually get good products, good makeup products, look good and spend less. So I took a trip to Primark. So many people have this misconception that cheap means lesser quality. I'm about to prove you wrong. Hopefully I don't prove my own self wrong. It's not every time that cheap equates lesser quality. And today I'm going to show you all that I got from Primark and I'll be trying it on here, so take it as a try on haul. And also we'll be chatting about why women lose themselves. Yeah, we'll be talking about I'll just be giving my opinion anyway, so whatever you hear from here is not 100%. Yes, take the what did they say, swallow the hay and spit out the sticks. Yeah, so let's go over the products I got from Primark first, then we take it from there. So first of all, the mask that was on my face was from Primark and I got 2 of it for, oh, the price tag is off, but I think it's about £1.50. And this is the first time using this stuff. Like, you can see I was struggling to look for where the nose and the mouth was, but it promises to give hydration to the face and I will not have to use a moisturizer, but you can use whatever works for you anyway. So next on the list is this primer. So I got the primer for £4.50 and we've got the foundation, which is very important, for £5. My normal foundation, the one I use normally from Maybelline, is about 13 pounds, but this goes for £5. So put it to the test today and see whether it works. And we've got this styling brow wax. Yeah, styling brow wax, and it's for £3.50. And we've got loose baking powder going for £3. I got this eyeshadow which I didn't keep properly and it's already scattered, if you can see, and it goes for £2.50. And lip gloss, of course, lip gloss, £1.50. And I got the concealer, liquid concealer, yes, with medium coverage, for £2.50. And lip stain for £2.50 is matte. It's a matte liquid lip gloss. Yeah, so it's £2.50. And what else did I get? I think that's about it. Oh no, blending sponges for £3.50 and it's got like 4 in it, the tiny ones, the big ones for blending. And last but not the least, I got this brow pencil for £3. £3, yeah, and it's huge. It's 3-in-1 brow pencil. It says powder, color gel, pencil. I don't know, but when we open it we'll find out. So the wrapper is off, and here it is. It's got this gel like finish, and you can as well open the middle. Ooh, look at that. It's actually 3-in-1 as promised, and I don't know what this tiny stuff will do for me, but let's see. So I'll just fix my brows first with our brow wax. Yes, onto our banter. Let's just let that sit for a while. Since I forgot to buy loose powder, I'll be using my baking powder to dry the brow gel, to dry it off. I'll just be using a bit of that to just, you know, dab on it. Oh my god, it's too much. So the idea of this video is not to give any makeup tutorial, but to just, you know, tell you that cheap always doesn't mean no value, and also to test out these products that I got. Okay, so we're trying out the primer. Let's see if it works. It looks buttery. So I just put that where I know my pores give me the most issue. I think I overdid it because why am I white? Why? I think I overdid it to Jehovah. Chinyere. Hey, it's too much, Biko. Why is it not looking like what they sell in traffic? So if you're going to try this, I'll suggest to just use tiny bits. So while that dries up, let's gist. So I usually see single ladies shaming married ladies, usually online, and saying, oh, married women let themselves go after marriage because they feel like no one is looking at them anymore, no one is chasing after them, they just let themselves go. And oh, anyways, everyone, I feel like everyone has a right to their own opinion. That's always been my stand from the get-go. Everyone has a right to their own opinion, but then you don't mock the pain you haven't endured. That's another very important thing. You don't mock the pain you haven't endured. You don't know what the person is going through. You don't know why the person is with here. Yeah, so I don't think it's nice. Yeah, you never wear the shoes, but they tell person wear the shoes say leg bend, because I'm not getting it. It's like, for real, what's the problem? What's the problem with people? Really, it's no surprise that women are women's problems. So I've said this here before, that 9 out of 10 times, if a woman is being dragged, being pulled down, it's by a fellow woman. If a woman is being made to, if a woman is hurting, check it very well. The cause is probably, or maybe 95% of the time, another woman's doing. So I totally get it when I see these comments, and I'm like, okay, if that is what you say, that's fine. So finally, this primer cleared though. Hey, we're trying our foundation. I'm just not comfortable with foundations that don't have you know, applicators. It's just weird. Like, what am I supposed to do with this? Am I supposed to be tapping it on my hand, or what's the essence of this exactly? Yeah, I didn't even know it was like this. I wouldn't have bought it, but then let's try it. So I'm just applying this to the brush and putting it on my face. So my problem is that most people sit from afar and judge exactly the same way they'll judge someone from not having kids, not minding that there are two people in the marriage, so probably the other person cannot have kids, but then it's always the woman's fault. always the woman's fault, and it's sickening, really sickening. So I finished applying this foundation, and aside the applicator issue, yeah, it's okay. I think it's fine for my color. It's not so bad at all. It's meant to be a matte foundation, double coverage for that matter. Yeah, so I think it's fair. What do you think? So people just stay and judge most of the time without actually knowing the full story, and it just makes me sick to my stomach. Especially when things are not going right, people are like, oh, you don't look good enough, you're not dressing as you should, you're not acting as you should, you're not doing as you should, yeah. But then they fail to like know that situations are different. People are experiencing life at different paces at different times, and you just think life is one size fits all. Like I said, don't mock a pain you've never experienced. Back to the basics. Why do women lose themselves, especially after getting the ring? You see someone looking like, as a babe, she used to be there, do her makeup, go for her lash appointment, do her nails, do everything. But when she gets married, this thing starts to decline. I'm not saying this is the case for everyone, please don't get me wrong. Yeah, but most women decline after marriage. Like, there's no more drive, there's no more, and this is not only about looks, it goes down to even pursuing goals, trying out new things, experiencing life, friendships, outside marriage, other relationship outside marriage. Everything just starts to decline all of a sudden, and people are wondering what goes wrong. Yeah, so I'll be talking based off my experience and based off experience of people that I know, nothing extra. So one of the reasons why women lose themselves after marriage is, I hate to say this, but the truth is, the chase has stopped. And if you married your friend, you would see no reason why you have to be impressing your friend every day of the week. Like, literally, I see this joke going around that women, instead of lingerie, they wear buba. Honestly, would you always wear lingerie with your friend at home? No. Yeah, sometimes you just don't feel like it. But yeah, the chase is over, so everybody's now comfy, and you just feel the need not to over please or overdo it. Yeah, so you're comfortable already. There's no need to stress about anything anymore. Yeah, so that's one reason people get too comfortable. Before they know it, they're already losing the desire to look good. They're losing their charm, their girliness and all that. I'm just highlighting my brows with the concealer. That's what I'm using, the one we got from Primark. With the concealer, I've done the pencil thingy. I used the pencil parts, yeah, and my spoolie, of course, because the spoolie is too tiny for me. I think this is decent enough. Yeah, so I'll also be using this concealer as my eyeshadow primer, although I'm not doing some anything serious for eyeshadow. Yeah, but just something to make it pop. Yeah, something to make it pop. So we'll apply that and we blend. The reason why women lose themselves is they already started having children. So, like it or not, no matter how independent a woman gets, your job description or your role in the family is something you will never escape. This eyeshadow is a mess, it's everywhere. Like, take a bit of that and just tap on my eyes, because I don't want it all over everywhere. Oh, it's already pouring. Just tap 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 on it. Just gives the simple shimmery look, but I have makeup all over my face. So normally it's you and your spouse, and then children start coming in and all of a sudden your attention is divided. You have so much to do. All of a sudden you're tending to the house, you're tending to kids, you're trying to be a good wife, you're trying to be sexy at the same time. Oh my god, it is tiring. Trust me, I've been there, I've done all that, so I know it is tiring. Lord God, especially if you don't have help. Oh my god, it's just, anyway, in my case, after I had my child, I was stressed out, because then these days you cannot just sit down and say, oh, I'm not doing anything, I want to be a full-time housewife. Anyway, people that are full-time housewife, anyways, I'm not, no shade, they're doing a great job, because it's not even easy to sit at home with those kids by yourself and you're doing everything. Like, your job never ends. Yeah, so it's as good as going to work anyway. I tell people that men have it easier. I'm sorry, but that's my own point of view, because they have to just work and get money in the house, while women have to work, they have to support the husband, they have to help the children out with schoolwork, they have to bring their own quarter to the house, they have to look sexy, they have to make sure their husband is satisfied sexually, they make sure that the house is covered spiritually, with food stuff and everything. You just have to do everything. Like, you have so much you're doing at the same time. Let's not forget that you had to even birth those children yourself. The men just have to go to work, bring money, and that's it. And then the whole society expects that you should, you know, do all these things and still be sane. Like, how? Yeah, so in my own case, it was stressful because I didn't have a help. I had to work. I just had a baby, and it was a new life. I was adjusting, I was dealing with my hormones still, and you know, dealing with a crying baby, making plans for meals, morning, afternoon, and night, and then the baby is eating something different. It's stressful. It's stressful. It was really a stressful time for me. At some point I was losing it. And then I'll tell you something, exactly what I said in the beginning, that women are women's problem. I went to work one day and someone told me I looked unkempt. That was the word she used. She said I looked unkempt, and that was because the previous night I was talking to my child who was ill, so I couldn't sleep all night. I was up most of the night, and then I had to be at work, and when it was 5 o'clock, when she finally slept, I could not sleep, because if I had slept I would have overslept and then went late to work and everyone would go hungry in the house. You see what I'm saying? And then I get to work and another woman, instead of, you know, even if you're not going to ask me why I looked the way I look, you could just shut your mouth, you know. Yeah, that would have been better, because I don't know why people maybe their parents didn't teach them, if they don't have something nice to say, just shut your mouth. So she's like, oh, why do you look unkempt? And I wanted to like burst out in tears, because I was already overwhelmed. And she goes, this is why if your husband cheats tomorrow, you cannot say anything, because just look at the way you are looking. If he cheats tomorrow now, you'll be making a fuss. This person talking to me had her sister in her house living with her. This person talking to me had house help in her house living with her. I didn't know when the tears just started pouring. Me that can give you bad blues, I started crying, because I was very overwhelmed, and that was what a fellow woman had to say to me. You can imagine. The next reason why people lose themselves, another reason is background, upbringing. Yeah, some people are brought up with the mindset that you have to, you know, serve your husband, like you have to live for your husband, literally. You are not important in the equation. Yeah, so I mean, it shows most African homes, boys are raised to be, you know, the authority in the house. The girls are meant to be, you know, working to get to husband's house. Then when you do some things and your mom will say, oh, is this what you're going to do when you get to your husband's house? Your dad will say, oh, is this what you're going to do if you get to your husband's house? Yes. I never heard them for one day said that to my brothers. Nobody ever said, is this what you do when you get married or when you get to your wife's house? I forgot to get me a bronzer, so I'll be using mine. Yeah, the one I've always used. Yeah, so I forgot to get that, and I forgot setting spray. My god. But anyways, if you're a beginner, I don't think you need all those stuff. Yeah, but for me, I like to, you know, get everything done the way it's meant to be done. Then alone will I be satisfied. So next is to blend the concealer. I already applied it, so it's just to blend it. So everything is usually measured against how your husband is going to like feel in future if you're not married and all that stuff. Yeah, everyone is putting pressure on you to be the best because one man is going to come and pay your dowry and take you. You cannot go and disgrace the family name. Someone who is brought up like that with the primary mindset to please her husband, once she gets in there, she will do everything to please him, and the minute she feels like he's not pleased, she starts to go downhill from there. Another reason is no time. Like I said, you have so much to do. Kids are taking up your time. You have to work, you have, sometimes people have to school as well, further their education, and you have so much work at home that is never ending. Believe me, chores never end. And in all of this, you still have to find a balance. You still have to like remain normal, sane, and not mad. Yeah. So sometimes no time, and because you're busy with all of these things, you find out that you don't even have time for yourself again. You're not thinking for yourself again. You're thinking for other people first before you. Yeah. And with time, it starts to be a decline. And the last reason I'd like to mention is women that are abused. So a woman that's abused, that is probably in a loveless marriage, she's been hit, maybe she's going through domestic abuse, she's going through emotional abuse, she's going through mental abuse, verbal abuse, every abuse that you can think of. There's no one that is more than anyone, because even the people that are getting the physical abuse, yes, it's showing, it's more painful, it's, how do I put it, it's risky. All of them are risky because people that have low self-esteem and you're talking down on them, you're emotionally blackmailing them, you're emotionally abusing them, you're verbally abusing them, they can go downhill. People have different breaking points, and at some point the person will say, oh, I've had enough. The person tends to become a shadow of herself. I feel like marriage is a partnership, and it's meant to build you, it's meant to push you. They said, Bible says one person will chase 1,000, then 2 people will chase 10,000. So that's the idea of marriage. Yeah, it's meant to push you, it's meant to make you a better person. So if it's not doing all that, it's going to do the direct opposite. That's what's going to happen. Okay, so let's bake this face. We're using our baking loose powder to do that. Yeah, and also using our I'm using our sponge, our blending, our beauty blender to apply. Yeah, this is not ideal in the real world though, but we'll make it work. So I'm just baking everywhere my concealer has been. I'm not going to excuse any form of abuse. None of them is better than any other one. None is better. All of them does the same amount of damage. Basically built their world around the man. And once there's trouble in paradise, they fall apart. That's what happens. So I'll tell you for free that you have to learn to be your own person, even in marriage. I hate to give marriage advice anyway. This is not marriage advice anyway. But I had to learn to be my own person in marriage. Do you think your happiness rests in the hands of your spouse? No, they're meant to complement you. They're not meant to fill you any void. Yeah, that's the idea of marriage. Complement each other, help each other out, and push each other forward. Yeah, but building your life around someone and then the person just starts acting up, and then you start losing your mind and start, becoming something that you're not. Yeah, these things happen every day. Marriage is very important. It's a very important institution. I know you love your husband, I know you love your spouse, but then you have to learn to be your own person. Like, enjoy your own company, learn to do things that you love, and so your life is not wrapped around someone. The minute I started learning to be my own person, finding joy in my own self, in my own company, things start changing. And yes, the relationship is going to improve. Nobody likes to be choked. Okay, so my pencil is meant for the eyes, obviously. So I'll be using my old one for my lips, just to line it a bit. Yeah. So now that we have all the reasons why women lose themselves in marriage, there's no problem without solutions, right? So I'll just say what I did. Like I said, I'm the prime example in this banter. Yeah, so first of all, I give myself some grace. I let myself feel. Yeah, as someone who experienced postpartum depression and a lot of other things that came in the mix, I decided to give myself some grace. Yeah, I decided to look at myself, because part of the reasons I was having postpartum depression was that, first of all, my body was not looking the same way it was looking pre-conception. Yeah, that was the first thing. I had to, like, you know, tell myself that this is just a phase, it will pass. Look at the blessing, look at the good side. You've just had a baby, give yourself some grace. I find women on social media shaming people who've had children, probably had complications in the process of birthing children, and they couldn't go back to the state they were before they met their spouses, and women will be the first to shame them, which, like I said, is very sickening. And if you are one of those women, you should stop. You should really stop. Like I said before, do not mock a pain you've not endured. I'll just be dabbing this on the lip just to make it a bit brighter. It's my concealer. Yeah. So it gives it another feel. Wow, Primark is eating. I'll just put my gloss on it and just to make it glossy and really nice. I had to, like, tell myself the truth. I had to face my fears. I had to give myself grace. Yeah, accept where I was, and with hopes that it will get better, days will get better. Yeah, this kind of person that things I don't have control over, I just tend to accept them and stay hopeful that things will get better. So I just started, you know, accepting myself. Yes, I just had a baby, for God's sake. I'm not expected to be like very slim. I'm not expected for everything to go back to the way it was. And even the worst thing is that after I got family planning, I started blowing up. I started becoming fatter. You know, I even shed the baby weight very well, but the what's it called, the family planning I did just made me grow bigger. And it was depressing, honestly. It was really depressing. What would I do? That's where I was at. It was the phase of my life I was at. And then I decided to look at my miracle differently. I decided to look at my daughter, which was an answered prayer at the time, and still is an answered prayer anyways. I decided to look at her with gratitude. You understand? People want to be distorted just to have children because they've been praying for kids for a very long time. And yeah, but they've not had kids. So me, I have kids now. My problem is not looking the same way I was before I got pregnant. That's being ungrateful. So I decided to be grateful, and things took its on from there. And that important thing I learned is to put myself first. Yes, put myself first. I take out time to rest. Can we order food today because I'm not feeling like it? Or better still, can you cook? Can you help out in the kitchen? That's why your partner is there. If you don't have help at home, a house help or something, you can ask for one. You can ask for one if you can afford it. If you cannot afford it, then you have to ask your spouse for help. If you need to sleep. Don't overdo. My mom will always say the house will always be scattered. As long as there are children in it, it will always be scattered. Do the one that you can do and rest. Decide that you have time to rest for your own good. Because these days you are seeing people collapsing, and they are finding out that they have high blood pressure. They are finding out that they've had serious conditions going on without even knowing, because they don't check themselves, because they don't even rest. Yes, put yourself first, because you cannot pour from an empty cup. You are very important as well. You are the bedrock of the home. If something happens to you, the whole home will be in shambles. You cannot be superwoman. You cannot do everything by yourself. Ask for help. So at least you'll be refreshed. You will look refreshed. Not every time you're looking stressed out, your face is always tired because you're not sleeping well. You are always looking for something to do. There's always something you have to do. My dear, whether you do it or you don't do it, there will always be something for you to do. Don't build your happiness. Don't build your your worth, don't build your life. Yeah, it's good to build your life together. The idea of marriage is to build together, not to build around one person, because the person cannot carry himself or herself and then carry you on top of it. So I learned to love my company. I learned to enjoy my company. I learned to be my own person. I had a life before I got married. You get my point? So being married does not change, shouldn't change who I was before I got married. That ambitious girl, that girl that wants to get things done, that go-getter, shouldn't change. I know life happens, children come in the mix and it's stressful. Honestly, children are stressful. They're beautiful and at the same time they're stressful. I have only one, but even with the one, I know it is stressful. Have your own time, alone time. If it's when the kids sleep that you have that alone time, fine. If it's when Oga goes to work or you're home, you have that time, fine. But just make sure you have time for yourself. It's a lot of work as a woman, I know, but then we can, balance things up. Please don't stop dreaming because you got married. Don't stop dreaming because you had kids. It might slow down, yes, because raising kids is no easy feat. And also being married and family and everything. It might slow down at some point, but please don't stop dreaming. Don't stop trying. Don't stop trying to be better as a person. Don't stop trying to learn as a person. It's very important that you grow as your kids are growing. Another thing I hear people say is, oh, I can't dress, I can't look good, I don't know how to do it, oh, I don't know how to do makeup. I know how to do makeup, but I don't do makeup every day. Some days I don't feel like it. I just want to be by myself. I want to wear big clothes. I want to just lounge. There are days like that, and other days I want to look pink, especially when you're heading out and you're meeting friends or you're hanging out with hobby or something. You want to look good. So these things are learnable. I didn't wake up one day and I knew how to do makeup. That's a lie. I started from somewhere. I keep telling people there is TikTok, there is YouTube, there is nothing you cannot learn from these platforms, and they're almost free. If you've got data, then you can access these platforms and you can pick a lot of things from there. And you have to start from somewhere. You have to start practicing. For example, I have just gone to Primark. Primark is like one of the cheapest retail stores around. Look at what Primark products did on my face. You were witness to it. I did it on here, so you can see by yourself. It's not like I did the makeup and I came and I told you. I'm not saying every day you wake up you are putting pancake on your face, no, but at least it should not be always every time that you're looking homeless and abandoned. You get my point? Because all these things, like for me, or like I'll say for me, I'm using myself as an example. Makeup boosts my mood. Making my hair makes me look good. And then in the end it makes me feel good on the inside. So that's what helps me get by. You get my point? So but if that's not your thing, fine, but keep your hair neat. Make sure you are neat. Make sure you look good. If you feel the need to talk to someone, don't hold it back. You get my point? Don't hold it back. Try look for someone you're comfortable with and talk. I find that venting, talking about things makes me feel better. It's always better to say it than to die in silence. Honestly, many people are suffering and smiling because they don't want to talk to anybody about it. They keep suffering and smiling. And if you are being abused mentally, emotionally, verbally, and physically, please run. Please run. Okay? A mental abuser, an emotional abuser is no way better than a physical abuser. Because I feel like my mental health is very important. That's the most important thing. It's like the seat of authority for all other parts of your health. That's how I see it. So if it's messed up too, you will not be the best woman that you can be. Yes, you will not be the best man that you can be, because women can be abusers as well. So if you're in an abusive relationship, please run. Okay, be kind to people. Be kind for no reason. People are going through it. Honestly, just be kind. If you have nothing nice to say, just shut your mouth. Honestly, if you've met someone who's been struggling, who looks like they let themselves go, be kind. Marriage itself is not even an easy job at all, not talk of doing all that stuff and then thinking of yourself. If you're lucky enough that they open up to you, please withhold the judgment. Hold it to yourself. Keep it in your chest. Swallow it. Digest it in your stomach. Please don't say it out. okay? Because being judgmental is not going to help anything. Try and be of help. Try and spread light. Try and spread love and kindness. Tried all the products I've gotten, and I love the look it's giving. Like, my god, this is cute. This is really nice. Wow. You see, like I said, cheap doesn't always mean it's of no value. Just take a look at me now. Just do a rewind and check how I was looking before this video started, and look at me now, and you self talk true. It is giving. See, fine girl. Let me know what you think in the comment section. I'd love to hear from you. And also, please rate my makeup on a scale of 1 to 10. Let me know what you think. It's giving baddie, ain't it? Anyways, we've come to the end of this video today. I would be so happy if you could click the like button and the subscribe button, and also the share button for me. Thank you so much. Till I see you next time, stay beautiful and be safe. Bye.